Hey VC, Jack here. Welcome to Vinyl Martini. It's a beautiful day here in southern Vancouver Island. I thought I'd tape this outside. I'm going to try and do this before the lawnmowers start and the chainsaws and the whippersnippers, and we've already had a few of those. So if you hear something in the background, I apologize. But the neighbors are busy people, and I am going to show some records that I got in Boston, the remainder of the records that I got in Boston, the records that I got in Kingston. But before I do that, I want to show a gift from Matthew Street. At MGK's kegger party, Matt was kind enough to bring us all a goodie bag. And I meant to show this stuff in my couple of videos ago when I was talking about my Boston trip. I had it right at my feet, Matthew, and I forgot all about it. So I apologize. I will rectify that right now, and thank you for this, Matt. So generous. But first of all, Matt brought us a record bag from Midnight Callers. Midnight Callers are a band that Matthew has championed. They had a single on Steve Van Zant's Sirius satellite radio show, and they had a contest at the end of the year for the best single of the year, and there were Rolling Stones. Lots of big bands were on there, but the Midnight Callers had a single on there, and Matt championed them, asking us all to go to the website and vote. You're allowed to vote once or twice a day. Matthew would remind us of this on his show every couple of days, and I was happy to cast my vote, and guess what? The Midnight Callers won as best band or best single of the year on Steve Van Zant's show. So that was a great result, and thanks to Matthew for that from the band. And he brought us all a copy of the Midnight Callers' latest record. It's called Rattled Humming Heart, brand new sealed copy, limited edition orange vinyl. I haven't cracked it open yet, Matt, but I certainly will. And along with that, he gave us some promotional pictures. Shot of the band there. Another shot of the band. Great stuff here. And other promo of the band. So 3 promos of the band. And the band used to be called, before they were called the Midnight Callers, they were called Chris Payne and the Lettermen. So here's a little photograph of the band there, and a t-shirt of the band Chris Payne, and not the Lettermen you're thinking of from the 50s and 60s, but the Letter Train. So that was great, as well as this unusual item. I don't know if you can see this, but these are print runs of labels for the Knack's first album, and side 1 and side 2. I've never seen anything like this, really unusual. I'm going to put that in with my Knack album, Matthew, so thank you for that. Some more stickers for the Midnight Callers. Stickers, great promo stuff, fantastic. And as well as that, a CD of the album Midnight Callers, and an EP from Chris Payne and the Letter Train. So it's supposed to be pretty rare. So I haven't cracked those open yet, Matt, but I will. Not only that, gave us a beautiful hat. I'll be wearing this when I go fishing next week. I'm going to bring my lucky fishing hat. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try this, Matt. So hopefully I get some strikes with that. That's fantastic. And that's about, oh, one more thing. Cute little notepad with some pens. Make some notes when you go to the next record fair, reminding you what you're looking for. So that is just fantastic, utterly generous of Matt. So thank you so much, Matt, for that. Sorry that I forgot about it, but there you go. He brought that for everybody who attended, by the way, so all 13 of us. I should mention that I forgot to talk about every individual that was at the party, but if you go back to my video a couple of videos ago, number 1, 2, 5, I believe it is. They are listed in the description. So let's get on to the records I bought in Boston on my last full day in Boston. I went down with Trevor from Flat, Round, and Spun. I mentioned that in my last video, but we had a great day. Took the commuter train from Mike's place into Boston. Within 13 or 14 minutes, we hit this record store called the Vinyl Record Museum, I believe. I left the stickers. Here they are. Hold on. Is that true? Yeah, it is called. I don't have my. The Music Research Library. This record store is called, and it's on Myrtle Street in South Boston. So if you're ever there, check them out. Do a lot of hip hop, kind of dance music stuff. That's not my bag, but they had lots and lots of cheapy bins below the main browser bins. So I'll show you what I got. I've already shown these. Mike's already done a video. He showed this the Sunday night I got back to his place, but we'll do it again. So John Martin, Well Kept Secret. You know John Martin from his great 70s album Solid Air. This is a timestamp promo from on Atlantic Records, on Duke Records. So that's about a 1984 release, I think. So John Martin, he's a jazzy, folky, kind of quirky musician. Always does some great, interesting stuff. Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. This is called Stillness. This is from 1970. Mike, MGK Boston, gives it his seal of approval because he has it. This is my first Sergio Mendes album, and I've been looking for these guys. It's easy to find a Sergio Mendes record. It's hard to find one in good condition. And by the way, all these records were $5, except for the next one, which was $8. But this is Esther Phillips, Still in the Strength. All these records are in great condition. Covers can be little to be desired, but you don't play the covers, as they say. And this is her 1984 record called Good Black is Hard to Crack. She's a jazz and soul singer. Had a tragic life, but she's been singing. She started singing on the road when she was 14 years old as a backup singer to Johnny Otis, I think. So Esther Phillips, I collect her, and glad to find this one. I've got about 6 or 7 of her records. Grab them whenever I see them. How about some David Ruffin of the Temptations, 1977 album called In My Stride. I found an original on Verve. This is the Essential Art Tatum. It's on the black Verve label. Great shape. Nice glossy cover. Art Tatum, fantastic pianist. There's the cover there on Verve. $5. I'll buy one of these every day. Next up, some Fat Mattress. Name sounds familiar? Well, it should, because Noel Redding formed this band in 1969 while he was still with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Fat Mattress is kind of a folk rock, psych, a little bit of prog, a little bit, very much different than what he was playing with the Experience. And he was originally a guitar player, so he plays guitar on this record. He was recruited to play bass in the Experience. He was happy to do so, and they toured with the Experience on one of their last tours with the Experience. Fat Mattress opened, and the Experience played, and Noel played in both bands. So happy to have this. I've been picking up the Byrds records. This is Byrds Maniacs, 1972, I think. Love the Byrds, love Roger McGuinn, fantastic sound. So I haven't played any of these yet because they haven't been washed, but looking forward to giving that a spin. And how about this? The Pretenders 2020 album. It's called Hate for Sale. Still sealed, $5. What was wrong with this one? A little bit, the corner's a little bent, but for $5 I'm going to pick up a new record, 180 gram version. Great to find this. This might have been the buy of the day. This is Mavis Staples solo. It is produced by Jeff Tweedy of Wilco, and members of Wilco performed on this record. Love the Staples singers, love Mavis Staples. She's a fantastic singer. This is from 2017. $5, still sealed, and it does have a damaged corner, but so what? I'll take it. Found a couple of David Bowie singles. Pick up anything by David Bowie that I don't have, and this is a 12-inch maxi from Cat People, the movie Cat People, Putting Out Fire. There's a mistake on the cover here because David Bowie is not on the other side of the single. It's a Giorgio Moroder song, but David Bowie's given credit on the other side, so this is David Bowie from the movie Cat People. Another David Bowie 12-inch, and this is Tonight. I think it's from 1984. Stuff is in great condition, by the way. And the other side is Tumble and Twirl on EMI. So another 12-inch single. This is a Nectar comp. All you prog fans out there, if you don't know who Nectar are, you should check them out. They are a British band that lived in Hamburg or Munich. I'm not sure about that. But anyways, they lived in Germany communally. They recorded in Germany, toured all over the world. I got to see them in 1974. It was a real thrill. They were fantastic. They had a great light show, great movie set behind them, and this is a comp including some of the recordings. It's a double album recordings from 1973 to 1976, I believe. So always pick up anything by Nectar that I don't have in my collection. So happy to have that, and it's called Through the Ears. It's American pressing on Passport Records. Lucifer's Friend, another German band, krautrock. This is from 1980, I believe. Steve from All the Worlds of Sage is a big Lucifer Friends fan. I'm sure that the recordings kind of sort of died down a little bit into the 80s, but still happy to pick up anything by them that I find. And for $5, the album is called Sneak Me In. Kind of a cheesy cover there. Not a typical German cover. I'm sure that's their North American release cover. Took a punt on this one, a band called Blue Jug, but they are on Capricorn Records, and this is a promo. Going to be a Southern rock band for sure. Looking forward to giving this a listen because I love my Southern rock, as you all know. I don't have my glasses on. 1972 recording, Blue Jug, on the same label as the Allman Brothers Band. And last but not least, this is my last Boston buy for $5. Backstreet Crawler. This is Paul Kossoff's band. Again, Steve from All the Worlds of Stage is a big Paul Kossoff fan, as we all are. Paul Kossoff used to be the guitar player for Free. It's more heavy British blues on this album, blues rock. So very, very happy to find that one. Backstreet Crawler. Next, I was also, not only was I in Boston, but I went to visit my son in Kingston. I was, like I said, I was helping him do some renovations, but I managed to sneak up to a record store in late afternoon once all our work was done. I went to a pretty famous place. Glenn Calloway from The Basement went there about a month or 6 weeks ago, and the place was called Brian's Vinyl Emporium or something like that. And Glenn had warned us that it's a pretty messy, untidy store, and he was not kidding. There are racks and racks and racks of records. It's just jam-packed, and it's kind of the place I normally like to spend a lot of time in. But as I was going through the records, I found that they're priced a little high. They're $10, $20. He sells a lot of new records as well, but he's pretty good at pricing the records. Not that $10 and $20 is a lot of money for what he was selling, but he doesn't know how to grade the records. And everything I was interested in, I pulled out. It was just scratched, and there was scuffs, and it was dirty. And anyways, I spent about half an hour in there, and I just decided that this was not the place for me. So I went down the street to a place on Montreal Street, just off Princess Street is the main street in Kingston, Ontario. And I went to Zap Records, which Glenn has also talked about, because there's a branch of Zap Records, excuse me, in Belleville where Glenn lives. But they had some great records there. Again, they were priced pretty high. So I did some digging down in the bottom shelves, the country and the folk shelves, and I found a few beauties in there. Mike, MGK Boston, has turned me on to this guy. This is Tompo Glaser. He is the Unknown Outlaw. You might remember the album called The Outlaws with Willie and you know, the Willie Nelson record called The Outlaws. Well, Tompo Glaser was one of the guys on there, and he contributed 2 songs on there. He's a great country and western guy, one of the original artists. He went on to have a solo career. This is my first Glaser record. I'm really looking forward to checking this out. So Mike has played one on his Friday Cheers series. I thought he was great, so very happy to find this one. Tompo Glaser. And that was, how much was that? That was $15. Talking about, oh, of course, one of the Outlaws was Waylon, of course. Here's a Waylon and Willie record. It's entitled just Waylon and Willie, I believe, 1972 on RCA Records. And this was $5. Anytime I see anything by Waylon and Willie for $5, I'm going to pick it up. So looking forward to checking this one out. Waylon and Willie. Another guy that Mike turned me on is Bobby Bear. Another outlaw that didn't get enough acclaim. He played Bobby Bear record on one of his Friday Cheers records. I thought I gotta check this guy out. This is the second record I found of Bobby Bear. They're hard to find. They're not around, but Bobby Bear, and it's called Bobby Bear As Is. So, fantastic find, and that was $15. I thought that was well worth it. These are all in great condition. This was a real country find, as you'll see. How about Tammy Wynette? Stand By Your Man. This is her second or third record. I think this was the first record that Billy Sherrill produced for her, and they collaborated on a number of albums after that with a number of hits. Love that song, Stand By Your Man. That's a jukebox staple. Tammy Wynette, still in the shrink. I'm sure it's not a first pressing, but it's in BG plus shape. So on Epic Records, Tammy Wynette. I am a big fan of Linda what's that English traditional band? It'll come to me in a second. As soon as I turn this camera off, it's going to come to me. Steel Ice Band. Anyways, this is Maddie Pryor. She is one of the vocalists for Steel Ice Band. This is her solo album called Changing Winds. Very rarely do you see a Maddie Pryor record. Very happy to find this. It's on Chrysalis. $10. Got one that Brian might appreciate. Brian, the Embryonic Robot. This is an Adrian Belew record. If anybody has this, it's going to be Brian. Adrian Belew, he's done a number of solo records, and of course he played guitar for King Crimson for 15 or 20 years, maybe longer. And this is called Twang Band King. Nice shape. Grabbed this as soon as I found this in the newly arrived bins. Adrian Belew. You don't see many of his records around very often either. Found a 12-inch Iggy Pop, and this is Real Wild Child. Great shape. Love Iggy Pop. Comes from a great album, Wild Child, I think it's called. Iggy Pop. And last but not least, it's called Nicely Out of Tune. This is, I think, Linda's Farn's second album on Elektra. It is one of those crazy stamped records. with the picture in the front of the band. Nice shape. And I think this was 10 bucks. Yeah, 10 bucks. So that was a great find. You know, you had to get down on your hands and knees to find some 10 and $15 records in that store. So that's all I got, folks. That was my trip to Boston and Kingston. And yeah, I am not going to be doing a video for about a week. I am going away camping for 4 nights, and then I'm home for a night, and then I'm going fishing in Port Renfrew for 3 days with my buddy Ward. So I'll be wearing my lucky fishing hat. We'll see if that works for me, and wish me luck. And got some videos lined up for when I get back. I'm gonna do a contest for Steve. I'm gonna do the summer vinyl tag, and I've got several other shows. I've got some more records to show you from a previous trip to Vancouver. So lots to do, lots to say. But till then, have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the summer, guys. It was great talking to you. Thanks for watching me. Give me a like if you haven't subbed me. Give me a sub, I'd appreciate it. I'm creeping up there to 650, so that's fantastic. Thanks for all the support, guys, and I will see you down the road. See ya.